Welcome back to Fantasy Football by Committee, powered by Flurry Sports. It can be tough to win a fantasy league on your own, but at FFBC, we will work together to bring home the hardware. Hosted by Zack, Brunner, and the rest of the Flurry Sports crew, we will give top-level analysis, answer your questions, and, well, go off on other tangents.
That was after I tried to get ChatGPT to admit that 9/11 was an inside job, but it stood firm. It gave quite a few solid points that it was true.
Welcome to Fantasy Football by Committee. The show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Let's talk about the final 5 quickly in the most trending players on Sleeper over the past 24 hours, or final 6, I guess. Number 5 is Zach Moss. Jonathan Taylor comes back. Jonathan Taylor gets a big contract extension. Zach Moss says, fuck you, and runs for over 100 yards. So, I mean, he needs to be owned. He needs to be owned. And if he continues to play at this high of a level, they have to play him. I would assume it's a hot hand approach. And Taylor's going to be mixed in far more, obviously. But Zach Moss saw 80% of the snaps. He saw 23 carries, 2 targets. He's probably, when everything settles and water finds its level, he's probably a 10 to 12 touch guy. And I would project Jonathan Taylor to be let's call it a 15 touch guy around that. Like, I think Jonathan Taylor's value comes down a little bit because of how good Zach Moss has been. But Zach Moss is probably a flex with upside, low-end RB2 every single week going forward. So I do not mind that pickup at all. Gardner Minshew is number 6, and Gardner Minshew is going to be the quarterback for the Colts for a while. He is, I mean, first off, that's an upgrade to all the Colts pass catchers, obviously. Anthony Richardson, AC joint sprain. The man is made of glass, has played in 4 or 5 games this year, finished 1. I love Anthony Richardson. I think he's a very talented player, but boy, like, this is already going terribly. He needs to, I don't know what they need to do. Like, he even slid on one of the plays to try to keep himself fresh and whatever. Beside the point, AC joint sprain, he's getting a second opinion today. It sounds like a relatively severe one. It doesn't seem like it's a week-to-week thing. Like, it seems like there's a chance he goes on IR. I know the most recent quote was they're waiting. They don't want to put him on IR, but it feels like he's going to be out at least a month. Because why would you bring him back if he's not 100%? That would be the stupidest fucking thing of all time. For a player who continues to get hurt game after game after game, no reason to bring him back quickly. The Colts have a week 11 bye. So if he stayed out until after the bye, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, 6 weeks out. That makes more sense to me than anything. And even if they kept him out for 1 more week after that, so then he comes back to play the Titans, a divisional game, fine. The Colts really don't have that many divisional games to end the year, which is weird. But yeah, I mean, if you're in need of a quarterback, you have a quarterback playing shitty, you have a quarterback hurt like Anthony Richardson. It feels like Minshew is going to be the starter for at least a month. So plan accordingly. If that is worth it to you, then obviously he's the top quarterback waiver guy. But again, he's not a must add. He's not a top 12 guy for me, but he's a serviceable player.